What's up, guys? It's Noah here from the Digi Bros. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the next blue-green deck. You guys already know I'm a big fan of Digimon. It's a really good strategy. And so now we're going to be taking a look at the Examon deck that did recently come out of the BT3 Draconic Roar. Deck has some really cool stuff, a bunch of interesting stuff. I know this deck's been getting hyped a bunch. That being said, the deck does have some consistency problems, just from our playtesting. We're gonna go through the deck. I do like the deck. I do think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's one I'm going to play a ton of. I think blue-green Imperial Digimon is the better blue-green deck, in my opinion. But this deck has a ton of really cool stuff. Let's get so we're gonna go right into it. So starting off with the babies, I'm doing a 4-1 split on the Baby Digimon of the BT10 one. When attacking once per turn, if your opponent has 2 more Digimon play, you can draw one. And one of the new one that has the all turns once per turn when this Digimon with Draymon or Examon's name becomes unsuspended. This Digimon gets plus 1,000. We're playing the Baby Digimons over other Blue Eggs because the new Dracomon right here can Digivolve 0 from Baby Digimon, or it would be 1. Which that kinda is lame. I don't know, they're adding that for like no reason, just because they're trying to force you to lose the line. We're gonna get right into it. So, starting off, we do have 2 copies of the Modoki Beta. You're putting Mavericks and Tamers, good Floodgate, really good against fellow blue decks. You know, being able to stop Hammer Sparks and just opponent's memory boost, stuff like that. And so with Vmon right here, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain 1 memory. Because with our Examon right down here, he does have the ability to unsuspend himself, so just getting some additional memory. And up next, we do have 4 copies of the old blue Dracomon outside of the All Force feature monster deck. He's on play. You crack the top 3 and you add a card with Draymon's name amongst them. So he can basically search the whole deck except for Examon, because he does not have Draymon in his name, but all the rest of our level 4s, 5s, and other level 6s, this Dracomon can't add. But the brand new blue-green Dracomon, green-blue Dracomon, he can play crack top 4, and you add 1 green or blue card with Draymon's name, and 1 card with Examon, and with the rest on the bottom. It's got inheritable. When one of your Digimon with Draymon or Examon's name becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 turn. So he can be able to search out the Examon where this one can't. But then they both can go search Draymon, so cracks top 4, but this one does have that inheritable to give that extra 1,000 DP. Hopping on in, we do have our core Digimons. Instead of security at the end of the battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. Then on play, you get trigger draw 2. If you guys don't remember, a bunch of early adaptations of Gabobon used to play this card. So we're only playing 2 copies of him, just in off chance he's in security. Draws. Then we can also play him off the effect of the Examon, gain additional draws as well. So we're going to be looking really at these 2 new Digimons. Starting off with the blue one, he can Digivolve 2 from Dracomon. So either Dracomon right here he can Digivolve 2 from. He's got Evade. Evade's a new keyword. So it says if this Digimon would be deleted, you may suspend it to prevent that deletion. So if it has to be active. So if it would be destroyed by card effect. I'm gonna have to check on DP reduction. I'm curious how that would work. But like card effect or battle, like if your opponent has something that can attack your opponent's like active Digimon, you can suspend it to keep it in play. Once again, I am going to have to check on DP reduction because DP would be reduced to 0. Game mechanics would check, see if it had 0 DP, and then that would destroy it. Then you could swap it, but then you would still have 0 DP. So I'm gonna say no, he can't prevent himself from DP reduction. DP reduction is just broken, so he does have that, and then he also has the inheritable while this Digimon has Draymon or Examon's name, it also gains Evade. So that's really, really strong new keyword, being really good to protect your Examon stacks. And so the green Digimon right here, he once again can evolve for 2 over Dracomon, has blocker and inheritable blocker as well. So we're going to be giving him blocker, evade, a bunch of really cool stuff, make a really big stack, a bit intimidating for your opponent to attack. So moving on to the level 5s, we do have 4 copies each of Wing Digimon and Ground Digimon. These are arguably the most important cards within your deck, because they can Digivolve for 3 over Core Digimons, which is all your level 4s. But that's not the important part. It's your turn Examon in your hand can treat this Digimon as level 6 during DNA Digivolution. So both the Wing Dramon and the Ground Dramon have that effect. When in your turn right here, Digimon level 6 during Digivolution, which is really strong. Having a level 5 being treated level 6, so you basically get to skip that whole step. So the blue Ring Dramon, he does have evade as well. And then he has the end of your turn, you may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon in your hand, with Draymon in its name into a Digimon card. So he also has that inheritable evade. So he just gets evade twice, and then this one probably has blocker twice. Yep, got blocker, and also has the same thing where at the end of the turn, you may. So really, you just want to evolve up into either one of these, and then hard play the other one, so that way you can end of turn DNA into your next one. Moving on with Slayer Dramon, can Digivolve 3 with a level 5. All turns once per turn when this Digimon becomes unsuspended. So that's really cool, being able to essentially attack twice. Opponents got like 2 suspended Digimon, being able to swing with both of them, or just being able to go for high damage on the security, being able to swing and suspend again. And start of opponent's main phase by suspending one of your Digimon with Draymon or Xmon's name. Your opponent attacks with one of their Digimon. So that's a really strong ability. So if your opponent only has one stack, like let's say they were like Jesmon or like Blackboard Gray, they got this one stack there that's only at like level 5, you force it to attack. And then we will have the blocker from like the Core Dramon or the Ground Dramon. So them being able forced to attack and then you can just block it off is super strong. Then it has the inheritable, it does the same thing by suspending one of your Digimon, Draymon, or Xmon in its name. Your opponent attacks with one of their Digimon. Really strong keyword, not keyword, but really strong effect. I do like the Slayer Dramon right here a lot. And then we do have the Break Dramon over here. You can Digivolve 3 from Ground Dramon or Wing Dramon, just like the Slayer Dramon. It's all turns once per turn when this Digimon becomes suspended. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That's some good classic green stuff right there. So if he swings, then you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, like if you're trying to go for the game, your opponent's blocker, just being able to tap it down. Really strong. All turns once per turn when one of your Digimon with Draymon or Xmon and its name deletes opponent's Digimon in battle, survives, trash top card of your opponent's security stack. So it's better piercing because it doesn't do the security check. It just trashes it. Really good. And then that's also the inheritable as well. If it deletes opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash top card. Moving on to Big Daddy Examon himself. Look at him. All his core. That's a dragon right there. He can DNA Digivolve 0 from both a green level 6 and a blue level 6. When Digivolving, you may place one green or blue Digimon card with Draymon's name from your hand under this Digimon as its bottom evolution card. When DNA Digivolving, you may play one green or blue Digimon card with Draymon's name and 12,000 DP or less from your hand without paying its memory costs. All turns once per turn when this Digimon is suspended, unsuspended, and suspend. So that's really good effects right here. So ideally, you want to place the Break Dramon under him whenever you evolve, and then play out the Slayer Dramon right here. So he did have that unsuspend effect right in here when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So that's one of the ways we can gain additional memory from the Vmon right here. Same with the Slayer Dramon, because he has that whenever this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspended. So those are some more ways that you can gain additional memory from your Vmon right up here. So Examon, you're just going to build this really big stack. Like I said, ideally, you just evolve into one of your level 5s. Hard play the other one. DNA Digivolve to the Examon, and then the Examon can slot in the Break Dramon right here. Then you can hard play out the Slayer Dramon. So at start of your opponent's turn, Slayer Dramon right here, you can suspend the Examon to force your opponent to attack. And then he has, when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspended, and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. If your opponent has 2 Digimon on the field, they attack with one Slayer Dramon, or Slayer Dramon forces it to attack. You suspend the Examon, unsuspend them, suspend their other one. Then he can also have the blocker from both the Core Dramon and the Ground Dramon. He's at 15,000 DP. He's just going to be really huge. And if you have this Baby Dramon right here and the Dracomon over here, he will gain an additional 1,000. So it can be up to potentially 17,000 DP. Blocker, really huge. He does have evade. It will be very hard to get this guy off the field. So that's going to wrap up the Digimon. Moving on to Tamers, we do have the 2 copies of Davis. It's a blue-green deck. He'd be able to crack top 3, add 1 blue and 1 green Digimon from amongst them. Always super strong, and he's a memory tamer. Starts you off at 3. And then same with Mimi, another memory tamer. If you got a level 5 or higher green, which Pontos we have both the Groundramon, Breakdramon, and the Examon. You can suspend it to either Hatch Neck or promote one next Raising Area. One's getting really good, just being able to do a bunch of swings and use the Mimi, bring one out, and attack for game. Always been super strong. Up next for our options, we are playing 3 copies of Hammer Spark. I really want a 4th one, but this deck is kind of tight. So, but Hammer Spark always good, just being able to gain additional memory to help your plays. Super strong card, always has been, always will be. And then blue memory boost to be able to search out pieces we're missing. It cannot grab the Breakdramon, Cordramon, or the Groundramon, but it can grab out everything else. Can grab the Drakmon, can grab our blue Cordramon, Slayerdramon, Wingdramon, Examon, whatever we're missing. Blue memory boost can go on and grab that for us. Then we got 2 copies of the Megadeth. Just being able to return your opponent's stuff, whether they check in security or you hard play it from your hand. This is still one of the best option cards ever printed. Followed by Ice Wall. You kind of have to play Ice Wall. It's not one for a reason. You have to play it. Hard to say. So yeah. So once again, this is our take on the Examon deck. Like I said, it's a pretty cool deck. It has some consistency issues, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys really like the Examon deck? I know it's a huge fan favorite. Do you guys plan on playing this deck? If not, what decks are you playing outside your country? Once again, let me know. I am Noah from the Digi Bros. I'll catch you guys later.